Hello?
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Have you been here before?
No, first time.
First time. What's your name, love?
David.
What's your name?
David,
David, where you calling us from?
New Orleans.
New Orleans. How old are you?
I am 40, about to be 41 on the 13th.
Of June?
Yes.
You're a Gemini.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you have any kids?
No, ma'am.
No kids. What do you do for a living?
I'm a retired bar owner. I do consulting work on the side, and I work for a catering company on the side.
Or for
I have a degree in culinary arts, criminal justice, and computer technology, and certificate in massage therapy.
you like school?
I got bored at home.
You never wanted kids?
um, I thought about adopting a kid because I was adopted.
Oh, okay. Do you know who your biological parents are?
I found my biological mom about 9 years ago.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, I'm happy that you were able to do that. So this is
Thank
David.
you.
This is David, New Orleans, 40, Gemini, no kids, retired bartender, bar owner.
Yeah, slash bar. Me and my dad owned the bar. Me,
Okay,
my dad, and my mom owned the bar.
all right. So let's do it. What kind of woman are you looking for, David?
Actually, I'm looking for a man, not a woman.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Makes sense. That's why you don't have any kids. Have you
I had a
always?
girlfriend in the past.
I missed that one. Did you always
I had
date
a
men?
girlfriend in the past.
Huh?
I had a girlfriend in the past.
Well, wouldn't you switch over to guys? Was the vagina that bad?
Well, I got hurt by three different women that I was dating, and I just gave up on it. And I just said, well, I'll just try being with a man, which had my bad share of relationships on both sides.
So let me say this. I have met women that have said this. I'm done with men. I'm switching to women. But I've never met a guy that said three different women broke my heart. I'm gonna find me a penis. I've never heard that. I just never heard it.
Well,
So
growing up, it was like well, I was with a girl, then at the same time I had a boyfriend, and my girlfriend knew I had a boyfriend. My
okay,
boyfriend knew I had a, yeah, you know.
that's what I was gonna ask you. Was you always curious or was you always bisexual?
I was bisexual back in the days.
Do you feel like you desire men more than women?
Well, I know I decided just men, not women anymore.
So, and when did you make that decision?
I made a decision years ago, back way before Katrina.
Oh wow, you're right. That is a long time ago. So I stand corrected. What kind of man are you looking for?
Has to be a masculine man that's not them. Somebody that's that you can bring around your people that they won't be looking all crazy at you like, what are you doing with this character? My family accepts the fact that I'm openly gay. My biological and my adopted side family knows. All my friend knows. Also, I'm also HIV positive. I also the advocate for HIV. Also, is the headliner for a book called Living Invisible Lives. You'll see me on the cover that was released in Amsterdam and the United States. So I've been living with HIV since September 1998. I'm undetectable, untransmittable. So I take care of myself. Been taking care of myself for years.
I appreciate your transparency. That is something that you definitely should disclose. I mean, you'd have to disclose it in this moment. You could have waited till a person reached out to you, but I appreciate you being very transparent and letting that be known. You know, it's interesting, right? So I grew up where um, HIV was, looked at. I've been in all stages of HIV, right? There was a stage where it was very scary because it was considered to be deadly, no cure. And then now it's been like, and I'm not trying to be funny when I say this, kind of like Magic Johnson. Like you almost forget that Magic Johnson is HIV positive, right? So I feel like the taboo that once surrounded it is not surrounding it as much as it used to. Is that fair to say?
Yes, it's fair.
I said the problem back in the day is everybody said you don't live more than a year or two because it was so bad they didn't have anything to help out. But when they came out with the medicine, it was just suppressing it a little bit. But the new medication that they have that can turn you undetectable, that make you undetectable if you take your medicine like you're supposed to, that you can talk to a person you can't transmit to that person. Meaning that there's no way that it can get affected to you if you're on your medicine and you remain undetectable. You become fully non-transmittable.
So listen, I'm ignorant. Please don't be offended by my questions. Ignorant means you don't know. So in sexual activity, is it still a chance you can transmit it?
No, not if you're undetectable.
Oh, so if you're undetectable, you can't even transmit it in sex.
Right.
Fair enough. All right. So with that being said, thank you again for your honesty. So let's keep going. Does the guy got to look a certain way?
Hey, well, I'm 6'5", so I don't mind a person that's shorter than me. I'm 6'5", slender. I go to the gym 3 times a week. Um, I'm independent, my own place. I have my own car, have my own income that comes in. I'm just looking for somebody that I don't care if they don't have a car, as long as they independent or have a drive about themselves and want to do something in their life. My goal is to be married down the line. That's what I want to do.
Your goal is to be married down the line.
Yeah.
Does he have to make a certain amount of money?
No.
No. One more question about you being HIV positive. Do you know if you contracted it from another man?
Yes.
You did. So that guy didn't tell you?
Well, well, the person I was with told me that when I was 17 years old, told me that they were 21. I found out they was 29, and they also had a restriction to be away from juveniles when I got with them. So that's who I ended up contracting it from.
Did they get to go? I mean, that's a jail offense, right? Did they go to jail?
No, I didn't. I didn't send them to jail. My mama wanted to, but I didn't.
Well, why didn't you want to?
Well, because at that point, after I found out everything, we was all already past 6 months talking and dating, and I really developed deep feelings for that person. So I worked through it, went through counseling and worked through it. I tried to commit suicide 3 times in my past for depression, dealing with it when I first found out. But I learned to keep moving forward though.
Well, I respect that, and I'm happy you went through your healing process. But the only reason why I would have been focusing on jail time or at least punishment so he can't give it to somebody else.
That's true. But I stayed with him for 5 years because, well, it was a toxic relationship for 5 years. He violated 3 restraining orders. Every time I tried to get away, came with more abuse and everything. Came to my job, jumped on me in my job, jumped up in my mama's house. He had like no respect at all. He had anger issues. The judge ordered for anger classes. He didn't go. He jumped on his boss at the job. It was really a lot for me growing up and being with my first strong male relationship. I didn't know how to get out of it and how to deal with it at the same time, like I was in learning process.
Gotcha.
But after 5 years, after counseling with my friends and everything else, I learned just to pull away, and I ended it.
And to be clear, this is years ago, because you said you were 17 when you met.
Before Katrina.
Huh?
Before Katrina.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
You're 40 years old. So this is like your late teens, early 20s, correct?
Yeah.
So okay, yeah, just to be clear, what he's talking about is more than 15 years ago. So to put it in perspective, I saw someone that says that you need to heal. I'm assuming you've been through the healing process.
I've been through the healing process with scars and everything else. I don't have vision in my right eye because of glaucoma. One of my exes that I was dating hit me in my face, and I lost the sight at one point. Well, he hit me while I was driving, and I almost ran into an 18-wheeler head on. But
when did
my
that happen?
vision,
When did that happen?
that happened in 2013.
So would you say you've attracted a lot of toxic men in your dating past?
I have because I didn't know how to catch the red flags, as my brother tell me all the time. I didn't know about how to figure out who was right and who was wrong till it was too late.
Okay.
And then about that point, it's already deep in. We're living together and everything else, and now all the true colors are coming out. So
So when was your last relationship?
September of 2017.
Okay. Was that toxic too?
He's on a stay away order.
What in the world? So once they have you, they don't want to leave you, it seems.
My thing is, I give a person 100%. I'm that type of person. You don't never have to look for me because I'm gonna tell you where I'm going, what time I'm leaving. I do the grocery shopping, I do the laundry, I do the cooking. I make sure the cars clean, everything else like that. So the only thing that you have to do is just for my person to come home and from work or whatever like that. Um, I make sure that they have their food, what they want, make sure that they're happy. But the problem is, guys look at me because I have a set income, look at me like, all right, they see things out in the street, say, well, he ain't gonna know, he ain't gonna find out. Then I end up finding out stuff because they wants to be with this person or wants to be with that person or they want to have their cake and eat it too. I found out about my ex. He got pissed off about it, and when he tried to deny it, and I just like it was like a whole month without any kind of physical intimacy. And if a person's not having intimacy and they have intimacy with every day and then weeks start passing, something is 9 times out of 10 or something is actually there. Somebody else is there taking your spot. And all the focus is gone out that relationship. So when I noticed that, I pulled away and told him he had to move out. Well, he didn't like that. So I dealt with fighting in my own house, police coming into my house. He kicked down my front door. I had to sleep in my house for a whole night with a door that was cracked open because I couldn't close it anymore. And they couldn't get the key person to the next day. So it took license plates off my car, flattened tires on my car. It was like a lot of stuff. So I had to move out the whole city and move back home to New Orleans.
What city was that?
Baton Rouge.
Oh, child. Well, when you were listing out the qualities of the things that you do, I was just thinking, if you liked vagina, I could have you married in an hour. I got a list of women that would have fell in line with those requirements that they would have appreciated. So let's keep going though.
I still have much respect for a woman. I have friends that, close friends, not sexual friends, just close friends, and they respect my lifestyle and everything else like that. And like I always laugh with them. I said, well, if I was straight, I said, but it's not fair to me to get with a woman knowing that I have feelings for a male.
No,
I'm not gonna
absolutely.
be that type. I'm not gonna be that type of person on the fence like this, like some of them boys on the fence. This day I want this, and that day no. Pick a side. That's what I feel.
I agree, and I was joking when I was saying what I was. I mean, it's a fact, but you're not into women, so it's a joke. Okay, this is David, who's been very candid with us tonight. He lives in New Orleans, 40. What's the age range you want to date?
Anyone over the age of 25 and up.
25 and up. He's a Gemini, no kids. He's a retired bar owner. He does a lot of things. He's 6'5", men only. When was the last time you was, I think I just asked you, but I forgot. When was the last time, oh no, I didn't ask you. When was the last time you was intimate with someone?
Last time I was intimate with someone has to be in May.
Of this year?
Yeah, but it was somebody that I'd known for over 2 years. It wasn't a random person. So.
Okay. And I'm assuming since you were so candid with telling us, you always tell anybody you intimate with your situation.
My situation is posted on, I have a couple of dating sites that's for dating. It's posted on there. I don't have nothing to hide. If I could be letting the person know I'm 100 coming stepping forward to them, I want them to do the same thing and step to me 100% about them.
Okay.
Because a lot of people lie about things or they're scared to speak about things. And I mean, if you want to find somebody real, you got to be real. So.
2 questions from the comments. One is say, what's on your chest? Do you have something on your chest, like a tape?
Oh, this right here is a heart valve monitor. It's, my grandmother died from a heart valve problem. So they're just making sure that everything is all right with me, that I don't have the same problems my grandmother had, because I went into the hospital for just having some trouble breathing. And I found I had a small scar from them vape pens that they had way back then that I stopped smoking. So that's the only reason why they just want to make sure everything is okay. It's just a test.
Okay. And there was another question from the comments, but y'all, I forgot it. All right. So let's get into it, boo. Why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
Well, Well, God be lucky to be with me because they know I'm the romantic type. I like to walk in the parks. I like to walk on the lake. I like to go on travel vacations and spend time. I'm pet friendly and I'm kid friendly. So if my ex had two kids, two teenage boys, they'll tell you I'm a lovable person. And and also I had a dog that I put my dog to rest in September last year. She was 19.
You know, I know that pain. I put my dog to sleep last December. My baby girl.
Painful.
Everything is so divine though, because my life literally, I'm not sure if I've ever said this publicly. The night I put down my dog was the same, well, the day I put down my dog. That night I got my official offer letter to host a television show I was hosting for the last 5 months in Atlanta. So, and I was living by coastal from Atlanta to Chicago from January to May. And I got that, the letter of you have the job, my salary, all that. The evening I put down my dog. So I just felt like it was divine time. But that was a heart-wrenching day for me.
Well, I put her to sleep right after Ida hit New Orleans, and I ended up going to Jackson by my brother. So between August and now has been very hard because I put my dog to rest September 9th. I found out October that my apartment was damaged that I was living in. I was living with mold. I lived with mold from October to December because the landlord refused to fix anything. Then I was in the hospital in January for a bad flu. And then in February, I buried my mom.
Okay, here's the deal. David, you've been through a lot.
Yeah.
Tell me something positive, please.
Well, my birthday is coming up. I'm clear out of debt. I paid all my bills.
Okay.
So I have it now set up that every beginning of the month, all my bills is paid for the whole month. Like today, I don't have any bills that's due for this month until next month.
Finally, I needed a positive story from you because everything has been so heavy and dark. And I'm like, please, Lord, bless this man with something positive. Please.
Well, yeah,
I'm praying. I'm
that's a
going to take,
positive thing.
huh?
That's a positive thing.
That
And
is
also, I
positive.
got a cruise in October that's paid for.
Okay, yes. That's a positive thing. I want you to start focusing on that energy more. Because, I mean, granted, you have gone through some things. I appreciate the transparency, but I don't want that black cloud to hover around you. I want joy, light, positive radiation to hover around you. So I want you to start speaking more about the positive things that you're experiencing.
Okay, I can do that.
So now you got a cruise. We got to find you a boo to attend it with you, don't we?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's do it. And he wants to date 40 to 28, you said?
25 and up for
25
anybody.
and up. 25
Yeah.
and up. Give them your Facebook page, boo.
My Facebook page is David Dixon, my name, Dixon, and just type in New Orleans behind it and I'll come up.
Okay. You'll be tagged to this post. Oh, someone did want me to ask you, are you in therapy?
Yes.
Okay. Thank God. Go every day. Extra classes. I do want to say this. I didn't want to skip over it. Sorry to hear about your mom.
Oh, thank you. I learned that she's not suffering no more, and I'm happy that I don't have to get a phone call saying how bad she's feeling. So actually, I'm actually at a good spot that I'm not depressed anymore about it. I'm actually happy because she's not suffering. So
Got you.
I can move on about my days.
Yes. Well, listen, I understand that feeling. So you've been through some things, but what I take away from everything is you're a survivor. And as long as you focus on that part of your story more than anything, you will finally start attracting the energy you deserve.
Okay.
Bye, baby.
Bye. Thank you.
You're welcome.